you continue with that. So we're sweating that a little bit more. And I can get a lovely aroma of the lemongrass and the shallots cooking out together already. Now once that happens, the ginger, always in that order. Yeah? Because if I put them all three in at the same time, they've all got different ingredients and different cooking temperatures. What happens is you can overdo it with the ginger being in there too long, or to be quite honest, the lemongrass can start to burn. So what we do them in that order because we just want to sweat them over, just like that. As you notice, I haven't added any salt or pepper to anything because people tend to always season, and then when you get to the end, you realise you put too much salt or too much pepper. So we'll keep away from that, but we'll keep to the wine. I nickname all my wines Keith Floyd for that purpose, and we add a little bit of wine. Do you hear that? We need that sound to be made. And what's going to happen now with this sauce, we're going to let it reduce by half. A reduction here means we want it to get to nearly nothing there, and then we'll add the cream. And once we add the cream, we'll take on all the flavours. And then we can pass that afterwards. So if you guys keep an eye on that for me, we'll move on to the next. So while that's cooking away, simmering away I should say, we'll take the asparagus. Now there's different varieties of asparagus. At the moment we're using asparagus that are coming from Peru, places like that, because we're now just coming into spring here. But the British asparagus is excellent to use. So when they come into season, grab them because they are excellent. And living abroad for many years, we always used to like using the British ones because you've got the right climate for them. It's wet, it's a lot of moist, so when they come through they're very tasty, and I prefer to use them a lot more. We've put them into boiling water already, and we're just going to quickly blanch them. We don't want to cook them, we just want to blanch them, and that's getting them nice and crunchy and nutty. Overcooked asparagus tastes awful, so we're just going to do that. We're going to do the same with the samphire. And what we're doing here, we're preparing, we're getting everything ready so we can put the dish together. The scallops will be the last thing we do, right? So we're just going to blanch them, cook that off, and while we're doing both of them, once again, you're in charge to let me know. I want them on there for about a minute, so someone shout out to me in a moment. We've got the scallops. Lovely big scallops here. Right, so what you do, you literally just pinch them and you pull the core and it comes round the side like this. You take it off. Now I won't be using the roes today, but normally if you want to use the roe you can prep them quite easily like this. Taking off that end bit. Now that is the muscle, that's the bit that keeps the shell closed, and that's very tough. So we normally cut that off and we keep the roes like this, so we can use them later on. But I'm just going to prep 3 or 4 of these. Are my asparagus done yet? No one's calling? No? Just making sure you're paying attention, and we're just going to clean them up. Like that. Is anyone else cold? Because I'm cold. It's freezing, isn't it? Thank you, Nev. So we've got 3 large ones here. Just reducing. Can you get that camera? Show the guys how that's reducing. It's nearly down. And once it gets to that, we'll add the cream. I'm now doing what most women are good at, multitasking, right? Right, and that's gone into there. That's going to be. Now, once that's cooked out, we're going to pass it, and then we'll season it afterwards, not before. It's like when you're making soup, people tend to think, I'm going to season the soup now, but once soup's cooked and you passed it, the taste is either going to intensify, and you're going to think it's too salty. You can't reverse that process without thinning it down. So it's always good to season at the end. Yeah? So as you can see how thick that's gotten very quickly. Now it doesn't matter, if it thickens very quickly, it's a great idea, you can always add a bit more wine. But I want it that thick. So, and the flavours should be there, excuse the chest fingers. That's excellent. I'm going to take that off, taking that off. Now we've got the asparagus. And my sieve. I want to see a sieve around here. There it is. And we're going to take the asparagus out. In fact, I think I know what I'll do with the asparagus. I'll take them out with my tongs. So we can just use the same water for the samphire, so I don't have to go through that procedure again. We'll just place them there, and we're going to refresh them in a sec. And the samphire, same thing. In to the water. And these take about 30 seconds. So I'm just going to swirl around with them, and after 30 seconds, take them out. Right. I think I'm there. Alright. So we've got that done. I'll put that dirty one down there. And I'll run the water. Is that warm or cold? Yeah, got some cold in there. What we do with the vegetables, once we take them out, we don't want to carry on cooking. So we usually put them straight into cold water to stop the cooking procedure. It's like anything you cook, if you take it off the stove, meat or whatever, if you take meat, for instance, or roast meat, you take it off the stove, what can happen is, oh, my meat's cooked, I'm putting it over there. But it will continue to cook. So the best thing to do is take the meat off a few minutes earlier if you want it medium rare or whatever. Okay, so it's very important to take those notes on board. Right. This is where it's all going to speed up. Thank you very much. Right. Oh, we'll just refresh them in that. And the asparagus in there. Great. Keep these there. Right. So we've got the sauce there. So there. And now we will season the scallops. Yeah, a little bit of salt, pepper, roll them over in it. We've got them lovely, fantastic. Right, with the sauce, as you can see, it's thickened quite well. I want that slightly thinner, so what I'll do, just add a little bit more wine. Now, it's not going to make much difference to that. It's just going to make you into an alcoholic. So yeah, that's not a bad idea. So I've got that done. That's looking great. Once we pass that, I'll complete that sauce for you straight away now. I'll put the samphire back in here. Still a bit warm. Okay. We're going to pass this sauce. Excuse me. In to another pot. Okay, you're very quiet out there. Are you still there? I've never had a crowd this quiet before.
Concentrating, Mike. I think that's what they're doing.
Concentrating, is it? Okay. And then we pour it back into the original pot. I know what you ladies are thinking, all that extra washing up. But I do it myself. I've got a washer upper today, so I'm quite happy. Yeah. So here's the sauce, and at the moment it looks very plain, nothing going on. Does anyone know what keto is?
Anyone?
Don't be shy. Do you know what keto is?
The diet? A keto diet?
No, you're far off. If I say, do you know what caviar is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you know what a salmon is?
Salmon?
Salmon.
Yeah.
Right, we've got some keto caviar here. This is just roe, salmon roe. And we're going to add it to the sauce, and we're going to add some chopped chives. And this is what's going to make the sauce look quite attractive. So, I need a volunteer first of all before I do that.
Sid, you're a great volunteer. Come on then, you. Come on.
Neville can come down. All I need you to do is be honest with me, yeah? Right.
Just coming to the side, that's good.
You can come up here for a second. They'll tell me off for letting you come up. No, don't complain. Right. Well, the alcohol's gone.
It's been reduced.
Oh wow, that is really good.
No.
I can really taste the ginger in that.
Yeah, you should do. There's ginger in there. Yeah, you're coming too close now.
I don't know.
No, that's all I wanted you to do.
Oh, is that it?
You can, yeah, go on, do
I
one.
just wanted to ask you a question though. For people who don't like to include wine in their cooking,
Don't include it.
you don't have to include it.
You
How
don't
do
have-
you get it thinner or thicker or...
Well, wine is for taste and for people that like alcohol. But if you don't want to use wine, you can use stocks. So you can use a fish stock. Instead of using wine, you could get away with a fish stock.
Okay.
So you could just use pre-brought fish stocks from Tesco's, Waitrose, or you can make one yourself.
Or non-alcoholic wine.
Or non-alcoholic wine, which is very boring actually. Why make it? You know, but you can use a fish stock. Yeah, okay.
Thank you very much. Thank
So
you.
we're just going to add a bit of chives into there. Well done.
Thanks.
And then we're going to put a bit of keto. I'm going to change my spoon to that.
Really good.
Right. Be generous.